So it's the boys playing footy. They do football practice, so I go and pick them up. So anyway, we are live. And hello, a big Tuesday evening. Hello to Big Davey. How are you doing, Davey?
Oh, how we're doing. Nice to be back on after such a fantastic result.
Absolutely amazing, wasn't it?
Sale ends tonight.
Yeah, not many times in my lifetime have we beat Middlesbrough away.
Oh, it was incredible, wasn't it? Absolutely incredible.
Really enjoyed the match. I thought it was a cracking game.
That was brilliant, wasn't it? It was fantastic. Yeah. People are coming in already. Is that Jacob in? No, Jacob's in as well. Hello, Jacob. You all right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Evening.
Jacob. Oh,
Evening,
all
fellas.
right.
Over the moon.
Oh.
Yeah, we've shut them up now, haven't we, Borough?
Was there a Yorkshire derby?
Nah. No.
Just quickly say hello to people in the chat already. John Boy says, hi, Mackem Cabbie, how you doing? Hello, Davey. David Walker says, hi, Cabbie and Davey. Burnley won Oxford 0. I'm not surprised there. There's no way they're going to lose that.
Own goal and all.
An own goal it was, yeah. Mackem 1973 highlights. Gumpy Richardson says, hi, Cabbie and Davey. Maverick Logan says, hi, guys. And Pastor Alex is in. I'm not seeing him for a while.
He's doing well, isn't he? Getting on Tuesday night.
He is, aye. He must have some more credit in his fire stick there.
Aye.
Evening, Cabbie and Davey, says Richard Stedman. Good evening to you. And SJ says, is it still Monday?
SJ, every night's the same for you.
Well, I mean, it's as you know, we usually do it on a Monday, but because of Sky likes to juggle around our fixtures, we have to juggle around them. Jerry says, hi, Stuart and Davey. These guys have saying hello. They're not ignoring you, Jacob. They were in before you came in. Thought we were going to get smashed in the first 20 minutes. Great result. John Boy says, Cabbie sent you an invite. Yeah, John Boy, you need to get a better camera, mate. And you need to do a better video footage. I'll do a test with you later on this week. But it's got to be clear. People's got to be able to hear and see you, because if they're not, they'll just turn off. The viewers will just turn off. I know.
Breaking up.
And it's the same when you phone up, like the radio stations, Total Sport. If your line's breaking up, they just cut you off.
They turn you straight off if your line's off.
Aye. And somebody called Kevin Wares in the channel.
Hello, Kevin. How you doing? Have you a nice weekend?
How you doing, Kevin? Good to see you, mate. He says, what's our chances of the top two?
Excellent.
Well, I mean, before we talk about the Middlesbrough game, what do you think about, a lot of fans are calling the force of this the signing from Liverpool, injured?
No, he's a cracking signing, him.
Cracking signing.
Well, everybody's wanting him.
It's a bit of a farce, isn't it? He's like,
well, what can you do? Whose fault is it? It's not costing them now to keep him.
Oh no. I think a lot of Sunderland fans, I've been reading like on social media and that, they're saying, we need an experienced striker. We need this now to really push for the top two. We can't wait for another 6 or 7 weeks for him to repair himself. And
I don't think it'll be that late, but he is a striker ready to go. He is ready to go. He's been in Liverpool's squad the last 2 years.
Aye.
He's been playing for Liverpool. He's in the squad every week.
Have you heard about that, Jacob?
What, the Liverpool? Yeah, I've heard some good stuff about him, and there were some people saying, oh, he's the next Mason Burstow, but I think he's better than Burstow.
Yeah,
he's better.
You're in for the stop if you think that. Go on Sky Sports tonight and see what they say about it. They say it's one of the most unbelievable signings someone could have made. There you go, Sky Sports.
I was going to say, David, we might get Neymar next season, or
Aye.
If we're in the Premier League, we might.
We've got Neymar. Yeah, if we get in the Premier League, we've already got the new Neymar. He's already here.
Or we could get some players from the French national team, couldn't we, if we're in the Prem?
Ooh la la.
That'd be nice.
Well then, Cabbie, let's get on about the main man.
Aye, well, where do we start with that? The Middlesbrough game then. Slow start as usual from the lads. You know, I just thought...
Well, you're playing in a derby, you know the home team's going to come bashing at you. Well, we just batten the hatches down, take control of the game, and that's exactly what they've done.
They did. And like I say, they're hyped up. They're at home. And you are going to be hyped up. But I knew that Middlesbrough were not going to keep that tempo up all through the game.
Yeah.
And I just basically... I mean, yeah, it was a sucker blow they scored, and some of us were thinking, oh, here we go. But the minute we got the equaliser, it just silenced the Riverside.
Yeah.
And I thought we took pretty much control in that first half. And but this is what happens. How much you can take control of a home crowd by making them nervy by equalising and getting possession and knocking the ball around.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of games and highlights of Middlesbrough this season, and they're not that good, especially at the back. At the back.
I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll miss out, to be fair.
Oh, it's touch and go, Jacob. It's touch and go. I mean, they've had some strange results.
Sheffield United next. If they play like they did against Sheffield United, against us, like they did against us, they might be in for a rude awakening. I'm telling you.
I know a lot of the Middlesbrough fans were laughing when we lost when we drew against Plymouth. But have they turned a corner, because their next match they won, didn't they? Did they win 3-2? I watched that.
Plymouth. Yeah.
Was it 2? Was it 2-1?
1.
They scored 2 late goals.
Yeah.
So they're on the turn, aren't they? And of course, like the second half got started, and we were in dreamland. I mean, how many times have we seen Isidore do that when he's 1-on-1 with a keeper? He's just so cool, and all the pundits have said he seems to be one of the best in that division when he's got a 1-on-1 chance.
The next Thierry Henry. I think he's the next Thierry Henry.
Oh, that little dink, that little movement with his foot to just put the keeper on his backside was class, wasn't it?
What about his left foot shot? That nearly went in.
It did, from an awkward angle.
Or his hand down in time, because he didn't offer it.
Yeah, it was a good save.
Right. I mean, we took control of that game. I thought Sunderland's second half was absolutely fantastic.
There were. I was just tearing my hair out of frustration when they give them that equaliser.
Oh, my dad was effing and pretty much swearing when that went in.
Oh, it was just so frustrating. It's like, stop mucking about with it.
Before that equaliser, Cabbie, sorry to interrupt, but we could have gone 3-1 up.
Easy.
Not long after we got the set.
3 or 4. Well, that was the crux of the game. Sunderland needed that next goal, and it would have been like 4-5-1, without a shadow of a doubt.
Of course.
And it was a mistake, but you've always got to think, Cabbie, you said it was a mistake. But what we'd done there, we'd done 20 times previous, and it'd come off.
Yes.
That's how you keep possession. That's how you drive forward.
That's how the lads learn.
Well, that's the way Sunderland play.
Aye.
They keep the ball. They keep the ball whenever possible.
It's just frustrating when it happens. You're so on top. And it's like, it's a natural reaction. You think, oh my God, you silly sods. Do you know what I mean? You've just practically gifted them a goal. But hats off to them, though. They just kept going and going and going, didn't they?
I thought Enzo Le Fée was absolutely outstanding.
I don't know where
another lad.
I don't know where to start with that lad. There's a clip on the SAFC YouTube channel.
2.5 minutes, just all him.
Oh, it's 4 minutes, Dave.
4.
Aye.
And it's just all touches. I've never seen him give the ball away.
No.
He never does. He wants to take people on, but the minute he can't get past anybody, he just recycles the ball all the time.
It's just.
Knocked it in.
If you've seen it, Jacob, I suggest you look on YouTube, the Sunderland website. It shows you 4 minutes of Enzo Le Fée, and it's like.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah, I saw it on Instagram. You saw it on Instagram. We've got a class player there, haven't we?
I mean,
if we can keep him. Oh.
Well, we've got to get promoted. If we get promoted, we will keep him because it's in the contract.
I mean, that Luke Earling's he's a good defender, you know. He's been around. He's experienced, and he just toyed with him all night.
But he hasn't getting up. He hasn't getting up yet. Been in bed all day.
Oh, I mean, just how cheeky is he though? I mean, the audacity to just, and he makes it look so effortless, doesn't he? With the way he's he's nutmegging his players and.
Clever footballer, Cabbie, that's what you call him.
Clever football, and he's not even playing in his natural position.
No, he's got a brain, though, hasn't he?
Oh God, has he? He's like a snooker player. He's thinking 10 shots ahead, where everybody's thinking 1 shot ahead. He knows what's going on, doesn't he?
Right. And the weight of his passes is good, aren't they?
Oh God, aye.
You didn't see them shooting off far out like that. The weight of the pass is perfect.
I mean, that last touch to leading to the winning goal, I mean, it seemed like a bit of a shank from 09. It was like a high ball, and he just let it run down off his shin, didn't he? And he let the ball do the running. It was great to see, like.
Yeah.
And yes, the Smoggies were saying, "Oh well, it took an own goal for you to win it and this and that and the other." But how, the ball's got to be in your danger area for it to be an own goal. But that cross, that was just
we had 3 men in the box when that ball come in.
It was just across a Premier League quality. That a top 3 Premier League quality cross. The way it came in, it was zipped, had speed, it curled. It was just striker's paradise. But
Cabbie, I'm pleased it felt Ryan Giles, not Paveda. Oh, he's a one-off, isn't he?
Can either you or Jacob tell me what happened there? Because I missed the last few seconds of it because my stream went down and the SCFC commentary went down for the last 5 minutes. Last few minutes?
Oh my God!
This is on SCFC.com. The commentary was off, on.
Why were you watching it on there? Why were you watching it on there? It was on ITV.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I was watching it on. It must have been something wrong with my internet or something, or I don't know what was going on. But it was just stuttering. But luckily, there was only sort of 4 minutes left, and people in the chat were telling us what was going on. What happened? Talk us through what happened with Paveda.
Right. So Le Fée set Salas away down on the left with that outside of his foot bender round to the wing, and Salas ran onto it. And when he looked up, there was one defender in front of him, and there was Paveda and Meander in the box with nobody round them.
Right.
And he knocked the perfect ball into Paveda. He took it on his right and went him out to his left and fell over.
Fell over what?
Open goal.
What did he fall over?
His feet.
How the hell did he manage that?
He just fell over his other foot. Watch it. It's laughable.
I can't find a clip on it. I've tried looking on YouTube, but until SFC released the full 90-minute replay.
It's not in the highlights. I know what he said. It wasn't in the highlights.
No? Well, it should be, because it was a highlight.
On a low light.
Or a low light. Even the extended highlights it wasn't in.
Jan Paveda's chance.
Did you see it, Jacob?
Yeah, my dad was screaming. He was going, for fuck's sake, Paveda. No.
I tell you what, we've got to be one of the best sides in the football pyramid of being the master of screw-up of chances. I mean, every single game, it doesn't seem to be just like a half chance, or it seems to be a gaping chance, doesn't it? That would just seem to be continuously missing. It's like, what are they doing?
A look at Meander's chance. He's bursting like he always does, bursts into the box, and you're thinking, go on, just leather it. And it nearly didn't reach the goal.
It's his finishing product, isn't it? It's
he keeps getting the ball on his right when he's left-footed. He baffles me.
It's got to get sorted out. Someone needs to have a word with him, or I don't know where that's going to come with experience, like. But I mean, my God, it's like we should have had clear daylight between us and Middlesbrough yesterday.
Yeah, we should have. We're in total control that second half. Total control.
How many weeks are we going to say this though? We've got to start putting these chances away.
We will, man. We'll murder somebody shortly.
You know,
probably murder somebody. You watch.
But I can't wait to see Pavida. Like you're saying, he fell over his feet.
Aye, fell over his feet. Got his feet muddled up.
And was that going to be a goal? Was it? You say it was an open goal?
Open goal, definite goal. There's two of them waiting to put it in. No defenders near them. He didn't even get the shot away. Just fell over it.
What minute was that on? Was that into injury time?
92nd minute.
Oh my God. That would have really haunted him if Middlesbrough went up if they equalised. Bloody hell.
And they nearly did, didn't they? Oh, you missed the end, didn't you?
They nearly did equalise, did they?
Aye, well, they played a ball into the centre, and it was coming straight on Serkin's head, and he's just gone ahead it, and his feet went, and it dropped into an empty space, and 09 come storming out and headed it away. Saves a certain goal 09 there.
He made another fantastic tackle as well in the box.
Oh, right on the edge.
Right on the edge, aye. And all the Middlesbrough players and the fans were screaming penalty, but that was a perfectly timed tackle.
Yeah, he got the ball. Perfect.
We're going to catch up in the chat. There's loads of messages in. We've got 50 people in the channel.
Very good.
David Richardson says, all right, Cabbie. How are you doing? Cabbie says, bong. Umar Mackem says, yes, Davey, yes, Cabbie, how are Sunderland? Colin Major's in. Hello.
Oh, Colin lad.
Good Colin lad. John Boy says, once he is back, he ready to go and score. And I think he's talking about the Liverpool striker. And sure, you're right. SJ says, Le Fée turned Ayling inside out. Richardson says, Le Fée is amazing. SJ says, class goal for Isidore as well. He dumped that keeper on his backside. Colin Rowlands, Le Fée is world class. David Richardson's laughing because I says I'm pulling my hair out. Richard Stedman says, apart from Le Fée, Dan Neil really stood out last night. He gave everything. Seems to be slotting in to the captaincy as well. And Meffin...
That was a captain's performance, a captain's performance. He was everywhere, wasn't he?
He was. Meffin was class too.
Yeah.
He says. SJ says, we always start slow every game. We do this. I think it's possibly, maybe it's the teams, it's their cup final when Sunderland play them, they're up for it. But I'm not complaining the way Sunderland gone on. If they get results like that, then they can start slow for 20 minutes if they want to, as long as they didn't get 3 goals down.
I thought Serkin was back to his best last night now.
Who's this?
Serkin had a good game last night.
Serkin did, so did Roberts.
Yeah, they were bombing on, weren't they? Serkin was pushing on, overlapping all the time.
He was.
Good, very good.
John Boy says, we need to put Enzo in the right position. David Richardson says, Cabbie, I've made you a manager on Sunderland on FIFA. Oh, well, just send us the wages hour. David Walker says, SCFC has full game on now on their YouTube. Yeah, that is the last highlight that they put up. They do the highlights, extended highlights, and then they always put the full 90 on. I will watch that disaster from Pavida. Ian Brown says, our XG is through the roof. What does he mean by that? Do you know what he means by that? XG?
Expected goals.
Expected goals is through the roof, says Ian. We're certainly exciting every time we get the ball at the minute, and especially going forward.
We're excited to watch, aren't we? I love the way we play. I love the way we play. Like, it's all pushing on, and it's great to watch. It is.
Oh, we're light years compared to the Phil Parkinson days, aren't we?
Yeah.
Colin Major says he fell over a matchstick. He says it's embarrassing. SJ says must have been slippy at the time, to be fair, because there was a point in the build-up to the Pavida chance where a Berra player also slipped on his backside. Rosie Laws, hello Rosie, says hi Cabbie and Davey, I'm happy with the result yesterday and Enzo Le Fée was class all night. He certainly was.
Very good.
Sophie,
I think you got a 10 out in the echo, you know.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
The first time he's given 10 since the Charlie White and Aidan McGeady days.
That's a while back and all. Soph Aki says get Davey as manager. Are you on about FIFA there? David Richardson says, Sophie, I'll get on that, matey. John Boy says, where are you from, Davey?
Sunderland.
Town
End Farm. Yeah.
David Walker says, can't afford to start slow against Leeds. Oh, God's sake, I'm sort of dreading but excited about that one at the same time. Yeah, they're banging goals in for fun.
But I'm still excited.
That's got to be it.
Sunderland's playing well enough to beat Leeds. I'll tell you. The crunch of the game will be keeping them out for the first 15-20 minutes. Because Leeds try to overpower teams early doors.
Oh, they do mind. And to be fair,
we'll have to be awake that night.
Oh, can you imagine the carnage from the Sunderland fans if they beat them on that? Well, it'll be a night game, that won't it?
It is Monday night.
Another Monday night.
Monday night.
For God's sake.
Well, yeah, we've got two games before that.
Watford
and Luton Town.
Both at home.
And Job's on 8 yellows, so it's vital he doesn't get another yellow in either of them games.
Oh, for God's sake, he's on yellows.
Or he'll miss the Leeds game.
So is it?
Would you be playing Leeds without Job?
How many match bans is it?
2.
Oh, for God's sake! So would he be better off resting him than them 2 games?
Well, one of them. If he got booked on Saturday, would you dare risk him against Luton and getting another booking and miss 2 games? You might be better off leaving them up. I don't know. It's just...
Come on, Cat. I'll let you out. Come on, you can. So how many yellow cards is he on now?
8.
And how many do you get for a ban?
10 cards for 2 game ban.
Oh, so he's got 2 lifelines.
Aye, but he could use them up these next 2 games, and that means he would miss the Leeds game.
Rosie also says, the other player that stood out for me last night was Patrick Roberts. I know people will disagree with me. No, he was good.
No. Especially second half.
Yeah. Kevin Ware says, thoughts on Watson valuation? 13 million Brighton only wanted to pay.
Amazing.
Hey?
Amazing price for him.
You know. Brighton only wanted to pay 2 million last summer.
Aye. And he's only played 4 games or something, didn't he? When he played 4 professional games and they want to pay 13 million for him. And yet you can get Le Fée for 20 million. It doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't they're taking a huge risk there, like.
Oh.
I just hope Watson's head hasn't been turned.
Well, shall find out.
We will do. Johnny's boy's asking, where do you sit at the game? Where you go, Dave?
Behind the dugouts.
Oh, he's in the posh end, behind the dugout.
Behind the dugouts. Halfway up.
Jonathan Mark says Davey sits on his arse. Where else?
Why? Where do you think?
The fee to replace Job, if he did get a yellow. Kevin Ware says, what length contract has Isidore signed? What value will he be if we go up and he's on 15 plus goals? He's on till 2028, isn't he?
Right.
He signed till 2028. Mackem says, evening lads, good win last night. Absolutely, Mackem.
Yeah.
John Boy says if we win both of the games, we will go second. And of course, it all depends on the other results, don't it?
No, there's nobody else playing on Saturday, is there? There's only us playing, I think. Us and one other, I think.
Sheffield United are playing Saturday.
Right. I think there's only 2 games for some of them.
Who's Sheffield United got, Jacob?
Sheffield have got Portsmouth at home. So they're probably going to win that, aren't they, to be fair? They'll probably win that fairly comfortably.
Yeah. Middlesbrough have got to play Sheffield United.
I know. I think Borough might go on a bit of a bad run, to be honest.
And I think Leeds have got Sheffield United, haven't they?
Yeah. Well, they're still in the FA Cup, Leeds, and I don't think that's a good thing because they'll get tired, and that could be their downfall if they don't go up.
Kevin Ware says Mundell could be back by Leeds. He says Le Fée at the centre. If Job is banned, it could be a good thing. I suppose.
You don't want to be missing Job. He's massive in that side. Like,
look what happened when he last got suspended. We drew about 6 or 7 on the bounce.
He's our legs in the middle, and our strength, isn't he?
It's a fact that, like, I mean, you know what I'm on about when we drew all them games on the bounce.
Aye.
There was not one of them games Joe played in. He was suspended. So it just goes to show you it's a huge hole in the team when he's gone.
He's a massive miss.
Richard Stedman says, let's say Le Fée goes back into midfield when Mundell returns. Who gets dropped? He says, do you think Rig?
There's no doubt about it. Mundell will come in on the left, Fail gone inside, and Rig will be the one missing out. Would he be good right to have on the bench, wouldn't he?
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. Rosie says, currently Burnley 1, Oxford 0. QPR 1, Blackburn 1. QPR were winning that game as I went to get the kids. John Boy says, I sit in the northwest corner next to the away fans at the back end. David Richardson, Dave, how do I get a beautiful beard like yours, says David Richardson.
Beautiful beard, or just hard work, man.
Hard work. We are live on YouTube, John. David Walker says we sure need Job for the Leeds game, and we are caught up on all them hundreds of blooming messages. How do you think Chris Rigg played?
He was alright. He's alright. He didn't do no wrong, did he?
No, he's still a young lad as well, isn't he?
He didn't do no wrong, but there was others outshone him. But he still gives us good balance.
Mackem just says if Rigg stuck on the bench, he'll be off in the summer 100%. Manager's got to make decisions, hasn't he?
Aye.
If you're going to take the huff about that, then see you later.
It's no good asking for a squad and then complaining about the first 11 because they all kind of play, can they?
No, you've got to play as a team.
You have a squad. It's a squad game at the end of the day. That's how you get through.
You're actually helping the team by being on the bench and not complaining. You're still part of the team. If you're on that, you know, whether you're playing or not, you're there.
You've got to be ready to go.
Oh God, aye.
You dummy out.
How do you think Patterson fared?
Well, he only had the one shot to save, didn't he? Did he save that one the first half?
I think he did, aye. Yes, he did. It was a header. Decent save.
I kind of think of many in the second half other than the one that went past him.
What I cannot stand is when he drops the ball, Pato, and he rolls it. And he's about to...
He's told to do it, though.
He's told to do it.
He's told to do it. Because, see, when your goalkeeper stands with your ball like that, their forwards is pushing on. And someone who want to get the ball into feet to turn them and gone on. They didn't just want to boot the ball up and just come straight back.
That's a good point because I've always asked that question. It's like if you're wanting to push forward or you're wanting to get that goal, every time the keeper just blares it down to the other end, all you're doing theoretically is just giving the ball back to them, aren't you?
Exactly. So they're headed backwards and then guns up in the air. You're much better. Play yourself forward. Keep the ball, Cabbie. If you've got the ball, the opposition cannot score. Simple.
And that's what Le Fée, I think, is drilling into them. It's like
the ball.
Keep the ball.
Our players are comfortable on the ball, aren't they? Otherwise, they'll not be in the team.
If you're comfortable on the ball and you keep the ball, it does your confidence the world of good. It knocks their confidence to 6.
Yeah.
It silences atmospheres. When you're playing away. It does. It's just 100% benefit to Sunderland when they do that. I heard you on Total Sport today, Dave. It was a good call, and I heard you getting in at the last minute about the stadium lights still being flat. Yeah,
I've been on you for months, Cabbie. It's something that beggars belief, really, when you think it must be one of the best seasons we've had for many, many years. You would think you'd have trouble getting a ticket to get in, wouldn't you?
You would, aye.
And there's like 30,000 there. And yet you can't get a ticket for an away game that all sold out as soon as they come out.
And yet that noise the away fans made at Riverside last night.
That 2,000 make more noise than them 35, 40,000 that sit there falling asleep.
Did they? It echoed around the whole that stadium. Eh?
I don't know 35, 40,000 now, but you can hear a pin drop.
It's yeah. How many times have I said to you, I can hear Gary Bennett's watch ticking?
Yeah. And I mean, one time, Sunderland at home, people used to say, oh, we've got to play that crowd and all that. The crowd's a 12th man. No, not this last few seasons, has it?
No. Not at all. I mean, some fans are saying the reason why it's not as good at the Stadium of Light is because the performances seem to be better away from home. When they're at home, they play this sort of unentertaining football which sends the crowd to sleep.
Nah, disagree. We've never lost a game at home, man. You can't complain about the home form. We've never lost a game yet.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Well,
God, there's loads of messages fleeing in again.
Brilliant.
God, where do I start? SJ says, so Rig will sulk if he doesn't get games. It's a team game. Of course it is, SJ.
Yeah.
David Richardson says...
He's not going to spit his dummy out because he can't get in the team every week.
No, you can't do that. It's not. You just can't. It's just not even going to happen.
He's not that type of player.
David Richardson says, Dave, who was your man of the match? I think everybody knows who that is. Here, David says, mine is Le Fée. He caused trouble for Middlesbrough.
Definitely man of the match. I mean, there was some fantastic performances. On another day would warrant man of the match. Dan Neil, Job, all had good second. He had a good second half. Mackem was solid again. But I just thought Le Fée was the difference. He was the difference. And he makes other players play better. That's another thing I like about him. He makes Neil and Job look better because he gives them better passes.
Do you agree, Jacob?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely Le Fée. Ian Brown says same with Watson as well. Well, like I say, if any player's going to spit the dummy out, then they're not part of the team, are they? Pastor Alex says, you what, Davey?
Young going to spit the dummy out, man.
No.
I think they're like, do you not think they're like Sir Rig and Watson? But think they're in fairyland, man, playing in a championship side at their age.
Right, I was chuffed to bits. Have I got picked on the backfield, knocking about with my mates?
Christ.
Pastor Alex says, who do you think will win the Uganda Premier League this season? I don't even know who's in the Ugandan Premier League.
Zimbabwe.
He's going Zimbabwe. There we go, Pastor. You heard it first.
Like 5 points.
No, Zimbabwe is a different country in Africa. I only know the capital of Uganda, Kampala. I'm not sure. I think Kampala will have a team or something.
No.
Right.
I don't know. Mackem on a mission says Riggs' dad is devastated about him holding that flag saying FTM. Did you see that?
Aye, champion.
Is that actually genuine and somebody hasn't photoshopped that on? Did he actually hold the flag up with FTM on?
Oh, I did, aye. Aye, I seen it live.
Oh, for God's sake. We're talking about that flag, like, I mean, how good was that moment with Isidore with that flag?
He's a one-off, isn't he, Cabbie?
He's a warrior, isn't he?
He's a one-off. How many times does he say he loves the place and loves the team, loves the players, loves the fans? I just love everybody.
I think the Sunderland started to flow through his veins the minute he walked on the pitch.
Aye.
I mean, and I'm pleased for the lad. I mean, when you look at that time against Burnley, you know, when he was down in the dumps, he was in tears, this and that and the other, and he just seems to have gone from strength to strength from then. I mean, how cheeky was that, picking up the flag and putting the Sunderland top on top of it? It was like, we probably took over the Riverside and we've got it. I thought that was just class. Like, even the club shop of one of the mannequins took the top off of one of the mannequins and put a flag.
Oh, I've seen that, aye.
Have you seen that, Jacob?
Aye.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
Aye. They've even started printing T-shirts out, can you believe it?
Hey.
But it was the scenes. I mean, you know, they do like on the Sunderland AFC page, don't they? They do like the behind the scenes before they shows you the highlights. It shows you the players coming in.
Aye.
Well, it hardly showed you the beginning bit with the players coming in.
No, it was all the end of the game, wasn't it?
Aye, it was all the end of the game. There was that much scenes going on. About 80% of that video was just celebrations at the end.
On the road, that's what it's called. On the
road, aye.
Aye. I watch that every week.
Ah, it's class, isn't it?
Aye. Like the players in the dressing room signing the bands' autographs. And
Aye.
I love out like that. I love out like that.
Oh, it's class, isn't it?
Aye.
And I'll tell you what as well. Every time you see the players all walking in, like, and I'm not dissing any player that doesn't do this.
Yeah.
If all the players walk past and they don't acknowledge any of the kids when they walk in the stadium line, you know the one player that never ever ignores anyone. Luke 09.
Goes straight up to them, doesn't he?
Straight up to them. It doesn't matter if it's chucking it down.
I know.
And the players are running again into the ground. Luke 09 straight to the crowd, isn't he?
Yeah.
Aye. And even when they're walking down the steps inside the stadium to the changing rooms,
Shouting down the tunnel at the minute.
he's shouting down the tunnel and he fist punched the cameraman and he has a word with all the old timers welcoming the players in, didn't he?
He's class, man. He's class. You need somebody like that in your club, man, didn't you?
Oh God, aye. Absolutely. Somebody was saying, should Isidore be fined for his lifting the flag antiques and putting the strip on? Oh, where, man?
You're saying that on Total Sport.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah,
I heard that. I heard that in Total Sport.
I know. Give our.
When was the last time you witnessed something like that with the Sunderland team? Well, like picking the flag up, waving it at the away ground and all that. And
I mean, I suppose you could get booked during the game, but not after the game.
no.
All the Middlesbrough fans were gone anywhere, weren't they?
There was. Do you know what? There was quite a few thousand behind near the corner flag, right next to the Sunderland away fans. Some of them were actually holding the phones and taking selfies at Isidore doing what he was doing. Taking photos.
I didn't know you were in any trouble around, did you?
No, not a thing.
Never heard. I mean, how many games like that? Not like local derby games where there's just no trouble at all.
It's mental. It's mental. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's good. Very good.
I was listening to the post match show where I think it was Gabbiadini or after the match. For half an hour, all you heard was the Sunderland fans.
Aye.
Half an hour because they're still at the ground. You need the ground in the background there.
We're on our way.
Aye, and Meander, he's got his trademark Meander. He runs up to the away fans now and geeing them up, eh?
Aye. And then walks away and comes back.
And then comes back.
Aye.
But this is all team spirit though. This shows you the feel good factor in the side.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Gonna catch up on the chat. Not ignoring you a lot on the chat, honestly. Mackerman says Pato needs to stop passing to 09. Patterson's kicking is absolutely rubbish. Good at shot stopping, but distribution is his weak point. I mean, there is Sunderland fans get nervous when he does it.
the gentleman just mentioned there, they need to stop passing to 09. Do they not realise like 80% of Sunderland's attacks is built from Luke 09? He starts 80% of Sunderland's attacks.
Well, there we go, Mackem. Davey says he starts 80% of Sunderland's attacks.
He knocks balls left, right, into Neil, into Job. All come from Luke 09. You watch him how much he does.
Aye, I know. John Boyce says, yeah, I want Leeds, Sheffield United and Sunderland if we go to Wembley. I don't know what he means about that. John Winning says, can it drop Dan Neil? He's been brilliant lately and now showing his class. The Boo fans now realise how good he is. Colin Major says, don't think Mags will be after Rig after the flag at the end of the game. It's all banter, isn't it? You're right there, Davey, says John Boy. You should be on Sky Sports. Richard Stedman says 100% agree. Davey. John Boy says, I told Cabbie on chat we cannot pass the ball backward. We need to drive it forward. And we do. And we are good when we do drive it forward, mind.
We are. We're great with the triangles. There's not another team like it in the Championship. Play so many triangles as Sunderland.
Absolutely mint. John Smiles. Hello, John Smiles. Says, good evening, lads. Have you seen that Regis has a nephew that plays in France? In Rennes, I believe. No, I've never heard anything of that. Did you know, Jacob?
No, it is.
I didn't.
Cabbie, I've never heard anything about his private life, have you?
Not a thing.
I mean, I know where he lives. He lives in Washington.
Yeah, that's because there was a photo of him with his dog and his wife.
Yeah, he lives in General's Road in Washington.
Make sure you get that the right way around, Jacob.
Hands on out.
Don't be saying that. I don't think we should be saying that, David, because all Sunderland fans will be in Washington trying to find out which house he lives in.
He lives in General's Wood, but I don't know what number.
Kevin Ware says, one reason for home crowds different.
Go to Gentleman's Convenience. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, Jacob, no problem, mate. Thank God he's gone. Right. Kevin Ware says, I thought he's not gone to the toilet, he's just testing us, that's what he's doing. Kevin Ware says, one reason for home crowd difference to the away is over the past 5 seasons, his families have been targeted to attend to help with the numbers. And L2 away supporters are more blokes and women out on the beer. So you've got more of a hardcore following.
I know that, but
League One, he says. Yes, I know what you mean, Kevin. Aye.
It still mystifies us how 35,000 people can be so quiet when you're playing so well and you're going for promotion.
Yeah, it's. I know where you're coming from. It's. I mean, I can hear it. I mean, you've been at the ground yourself. And you think it's got to affect the players, that, aren't they? They want to have some atmosphere, don't they?
You want the crowd to be driving you on, not waiting for you to drive the crowd on. It cannot happen that way all the time, can it?
I mean, to be fair with the Middlesbrough fans, it was bouncing.
Well, look at Ellen Road. What Ellen Road's like every week, every game, regardless of the score or what. They're bouncing, aren't they, before the game?
Oh, aye.
I mean, Mark was trying to say tonight, the reason it's the way it is, it's because in the old stadiums you had like your Fulwell end and your Roker end and your hardcore supporters in each one. In a way, but Ellen Road's an old ground, but it's bouncing on a match day, isn't it?
I heard you say that, yeah.
It's true, Cabbie.
Yeah, I heard you say the Fulwell end used to suck the ball in the net.
Luton Town are nearly at the bottom. You know when you watch Luton Town on the telly, the ground bouncing.
Aye.
And they're near the bottom.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the reason is.
That's my wife ringing us. Hold on a minute. 2 seconds there.
But no, finally ending the hoodoo, it was good, wasn't it? Just to end that Riverside hoodoo, because we've not won there in ages.
Is it 64 since we last done the double?
62. They said it was 1960.
Yeah, God.
I am.
The last time we won at Borough was 2012 FA Cup, but the last time we beat them at the Riverside in the league was 2005.
Was it Session?
Yeah, in the FA Cup, yeah.
I was good goal setting young as well.
What colours did they play in that day?
Blue.
Yeah, it was the blue and the white stripe.
Pale blue, wasn't it? Pale blue.
Yeah.
The Tombola shirt.
Yeah, that's it, Tombola.
Wasn't a very quality good strip like they used to just peel off. I've got it. I've got that strip upstairs and half the advertisements come off.
Have you got all the shirts that's ever come out?
No, not all of them. I've got a lot of them, mind. I just got the new third strip, like I said the other day. That's I really do like that. Like,
you got the pink one or not? Is it pink or? Pink one.
I couldn't warm to that.
No.
I like the fluorescent yellow one. Just gonna go back to that point when you said about the stadium light being quiet. I don't know if it was you that said it or was it Marco. He says somebody says the majority of fans at the stadium light are too busy on the phones recording the game rather than getting involved in the game.
It's crazy.
There's a corner.
I know.
That's just Moscow ringing us now. Moscow of all bloody places. I'm going to put this phone on silent, man, for God's sake. Moscow. Silent. Excuse me, viewers, for this. I just don't know what's going on here. I don't know anybody in Moscow apart from Putin. Goodness knows. Spam calls. But yeah, I mean, you get a corner now, everybody's just on the phones, aren't they?
Aye.
Me personally, if I was at the game, I want to be enjoying the moment. I watched, when Sunderland got the second goal at Wembley. It was Ross Stewart. Against Wycombe Wanderers. Yeah. The Sunderland end went absolutely ballistic, didn't they?
Well, I was in that Sunderland end behind the goal with my son who was on 8 tonight. And me and him were just crying. That's how much it affects me. So how you can just sit on your phone when the match is on is totally beyond me.
I spotted a person in the crowd when Ross Stewart ran to the corner where there was like a big gate and exit. I think that's where the grounds machinery comes out. Yeah. There was one fan. He wasn't. I'm not saying celebrating, but he wasn't jumping up and down. He wasn't cheering. He just had his phone and he's following Ross Stewart. Do you know who that was?
Terry.
No.
Terry. How do you know, Jacob? Did you spot it?
Well, I saw his vlog of the match, and I also saw, not at the time, but if you look back and watch the match, you can see.
It was Terry. I mean,
mistake, Terry.
Mad mistake,
Oh, for God's sake!
I mean, honest to God, why would you waste you celebrating? I'd have been jumping on people's backs and all sorts 20 rows back.
Oh,
the last thing I would want to do is not get my phone out and not jump up and down and celebrate. How could you contain yourself?
Nah. There's some weirdos, isn't there?
And it's like it's just the new thing, isn't it? YouTube vloggers going to the game. Everybody's a reporter. They go to the games and they've got the mobile phones and they're like, and here we are on the attack and this and that and the other. And yes, it's a goal. Sunderland have scored. Get in. They can't celebrate when there's a goal because they're too busy talking to the phone, telling the viewers.
There's too many of them on the go now, isn't there, Cabbie? It was good when they first come out, but there's like too many on the go now. You can't possibly watch them all.
Now, I'm not trying to be an old-fashioned author here and all that, but I mean, just put your phone away when you're in the ground and enjoy the game, man.
Yeah.
Do you know
Get involved in the game. Get involved in the atmosphere. That's what it's about.
I'm not saying that's affecting the atmosphere, but it could be contributing to it because too busy people are recording themselves in the game.
Aye.
Complain
about the atmosphere, but you stand there on the phone.
Aye. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would take some video footage, but I'd be more. I would taking video footage of the crowd when they're singing and stuff. If Sunderland's got a chance or they look like they're going to score, the phone guns in the pocket.
Yeah.
It could be that as well. That could be contributing to it as well. I mean, God's sake, I don't know. God, this message, I don't know if I'm going to catch up with all these.
Well, get the messages out.
Yeah, Mackem says about the club shop had a mannequin. Yeah, I did. That was mad, that the mannequin. SJ says that was Keith Hackett, ex-ref, who was talking about Isidore into trouble. There's always one bloody party pooper though, isn't there?
He's a nugget, that Keith Hackett, man.
Not be long before Isidore has a painting on him on the wall somewhere in Sunderland, becoming a legend very quickly, says Colin Major. He will soon be followed by Le Fée, the way he's gone on.
I think Colin should get a tattoo of Isidore the year.
I do think, right across his forehead, just at an angle.
Yeah, put it out. Ask Colin if we get promoted, will he get a tattoo of Isidore?
Well, there we go, Colin. I'd love to hear you reply to that.
Yeah.
John Boy says to go up this year are Sunderland, Leeds and Sheffield United to go up. 2 teams from Yorkshire.
Oh.
John Smiles says, I believe Regis is from a footballing family. Check Wikipedia if you like.
Right.
Alexander Backer says, hello everyone from Miami. Hello to Miami. John Boy says, hi Jacob. Ian Brown says, Callback has scored for QPR. What's the score between QPR? Is it still 1-1?
No,
See that person called John, Cabbie? Was that person called John?
Yeah.
Oh, thought he said Sean then.
John Boy.
Yeah. Oh, Burnley look like they're making a meal of it. They're still 1-0. God's sake, they're just such a boring, dull side, aren't they? You look at them and you think, how on earth are they like second in the table? It was an own goal in the
37th minute,
33rd minute, but they're still not letting goals in, are they?
All that matters, Davey, is our games. I think we should.
Yes, that's all you can affect your own games, isn't it? So what's the point of winning about other ones?
Yeah, like I say just focus on ours. Let's keep trying getting as many 3 points as we can.
Well, yeah, you're right, Jacob. We've got to just be focused on us. So after the results, let's say they stay the same. Burnley are currently second with 61 points, 2 behind Leeds. They're on the same number of points as Sheffield United in third, but Sheffield United have got a game to play to catch up on them, and they're 3 points ahead of Sunderland, and of course Sunderland have got a game in hand on them after tonight. Blackburn, they're losing to QPR away. They're on 45 points. We're opening some gap even in the play. I don't think there's been such a massive gap difference in the playoffs, is there, between 4th and 5th, 6th?
You would like to think we're in the playoffs now, wouldn't you?
Well, they've said that on the commentary. It will take a miracle for Sunderland not to be in the playoffs now.
Yeah.
But don't forget, when the playoffs do start, and if we only did make the playoffs, the points totals all get rubbed off. It doesn't matter if you're 20 points, 30 points ahead of 6th position, 6th place. It just gets all rubbed off and you start again.
How many points do you think we'll need to automatically go up?
Christ almighty. Well, the way Leeds are gone, it's got to be over 100.
You think so?
I would say so. I mean, Leeds and Burnley.
We'll get something against Leeds at Ellen Road. I think we'll get a draw at least. Can see us getting.
I think if we beat Leeds, we're up. We'll gun
up. Well, Davey was right about the Middlesbrough game. He was 100% confident. I spoke to you, and he says, "Don't worry, Cabbie. We'll beat these, no bother."
Tell you what, though,
that first 20 minutes is crucial. If we're still in the game, we're an hour to go. I think we'll turn them over.
SJ says, could not celebrate me. Why are you even there and not being passionate if you're at the game? D Hall says, Terry has plenty of passion, mind. Oh, of course Terry does. But
I do like Terry though. He's a great. He's one of the original Sunderland YouTubers though, isn't he? He's one of the first ones, including ours as well.
He's spot on, Terry. I'm just stating the point. I could not go to a Sunderland game and not celebrate and gone daft. But yet again, we're all different. I mean, I see some fans that just stand up and applaud, like, good goal. You know, it's 0-0 and we score a 94th minute winner, and they just stand up and they go, yeah, that's a good goal. Yeah, good goal.
Two relegations that have had effects on some fans. It might just be that. They might not. You know, it's because we're still in EFL. That might be what it is with some fans. That some might be like, no, I'll proper celebrate when we're scoring goals in the Prem. For me, not like that with me.
I was just screaming at Terry.
Prem, you can you?
No, but no, you can't.
It takes 5 minutes to get the Narford to goal.
I was just screaming at Terry. It's like when I see him, I says, Terry, put your phone away. You should be having your shirt off and running up and down the exit paths and all sorts. Well, what made me laugh when Ross Stewart scored that winning goal? Have a look at the Wembley, the crowd on some of the footage by some other fans. These are from the Wickham end. There's a guy called Cothy Vlogs, I think he's called, or something like that. Cod's Vlogs, yeah. He's given me permission to use his video. And when Stewart scores the winner, you see hundreds running from the exits, running back in. They've obviously been for a pee to the toilet or something, and they've just heard the roar. And they've not seen the goal, but you just see hundreds running back into the stadium, jumping up and down. They know it's a goal, but they've not seen it. It's comical. It's absolutely comical. It's not just one or two; it's hundreds. So all through the game, you get people got the bogs, obviously, didn't you?
We even got Wickham. Even Wickham fans. Even Wickham fans were praising our fans that day at Wembley.
Yeah,
there's Wickham fans who said, "Do you know what? Sunderland deserved it," which we did. You know, because they played football, Wickham, and it wasn't going to work at Wembley, were it?
No.
Their style of play.
Bloody hell! It's 5:30. Davey will not bother doing a show Friday because we're doing it tonight.
No. Aye, we'll get ready for Monday. Aye,
we're playing Saturday, aren't we? Just have a quick prediction. A quick prediction. Are we playing Saturday, 3:00?
Yeah, Saturday at 12:30.
What's your prediction, people in the chat? Quickly for the Watford game.
2-0 and Le Fée.
2-0 Isidore. Imagine the roar the stadium in light would make if Le Fée got the goal.
Yeah.
Oh. What are you going for, Jacob? Watford?
3-1 Sunderland.
Get in. Goal scorers.
Wilson, Dan Neil, and Bellingham.
Yes.
I'm gonna go for. I was just gonna say what David Walker says. 3-0 on Saturday. Isidore. I don't think Le Fée will score because I think he's more of a provider at the minute with his position. I'd like to see him score, but I'm going to go for Isidore to get a couple, and I fancy Dennis Serkin to get one.
And Cabbie, the most important question here. When we kick off at 12:30, how much water will be in your glass?
Is it a 12:30 kickoff?
Yes. How much water will you have in your glass?
Well, I'll have to say after that Middlesbrough performance, it's flooding. It's over the top. It's dripping all over the floor. After that Middlesbrough performance. Richard Stedman says 3-1. David Walker says 3-0 Saturday. D Hall says 2-0. But that's about it. We'll wrap it up. That's gone quick. Cheers, Jacob, for coming. Have you enjoyed it there, Davey?
Yeah, brilliant. Good night, Jacob. Thanks for popping in.
No problem, David. Great seeing you.
Yeah. See you Monday, Cabbie, and enjoy the match.
You too.
See you later.
See you later. I'll just end the stream now. Thanks everybody for popping in, and thanks everybody for tuning in this Tuesday as a one-off. So from me and Jacob, we'll say